Today, we're diving into We Will See You Bleed, Ron Currie's raw and unsettling novel that blends psychological intensity with social commentary. Currie, acclaimed for his fearless prose and ability to confront uncomfortable truths, delivers a story that is both brutal and unforgettable, perfect for readers who crave fiction that challenges, provokes, and lingers long after the final page. The novel begins with a protagonist caught in the grip of violence, both external and internal. What should have been a journey of survival quickly spirals into betrayal, resilience, and the intoxicating pull of vengeance. Currie wastes no time in immersing readers in a narrative where every confrontation carries menace, every silence reshapes destiny, and every revelation tests the limits of morality. The title, We Will See You Bleed, is symbolic. It reflects both the literal violence at the heart of the story and the metaphorical idea of exposure, how guilt bleeds into conscience, how trauma invades ordinary life, and how resilience itself becomes the ultimate act of defiance against despair. The protagonist is compelling, flawed, vulnerable, and deeply human. His journey is one of resilience as he confronts betrayal, loneliness, and the intoxicating pull of revenge. Readers will root for him as he faces challenges that test both his courage and his grip on reality. The supporting cast adds depth and intrigue. Friends, rivals, and shadowy figures all play roles that test loyalty and spark conflict. Currie excels at weaving relationships that feel authentic, filled with tension, fleeting trust, and shocking revelations. The suspense is relentless. Currie layers the narrative with shocking twists, brutal confrontations, and revelations. Every rival feels formidable, every ally questionable, and the looming presence of violence keeps readers hooked until the final page. The pacing is cinematic and immersive. Currie balances explosive sequences with quiet moments of dread, ensuring that readers are invested not only in the terror, but also in the emotional journey of the characters. The dialogue captures both the grit of survival and the vulnerability of human connection. Thematically, We Will See You Bleed explores fear, guilt, and resilience. It asks, can humanity endure the weight of violence? How do trauma and courage collide in the face of despair? And what happens when survival itself becomes the risk worth taking? The climax of the novel is both terrifying and emotional. Without spoiling the details, it's safe to say that the protagonist faces a confrontation that pushes him to his limits, forcing him to embrace choices that will define not only his fate, but his sanity. The resolution is satisfying yet unsettling, leaving readers with lingering questions about morality and survival. Ron Currie's prose is sharp, evocative, and deeply unsettling. He writes with precision, painting vivid scenes that feel both real and horrifying. His ability to blend psychological terror with human vulnerability makes We Will See You Bleed a standout in the literary thriller genre. Reading We Will See You Bleed feels like stepping into a nightmare, chaotic, terrifying, and unforgettable. It's a novel that will resonate with anyone who loves psychological suspense, anyone who has questioned the strength of courage, and anyone who craves a story that keeps them hooked from the first page to the last.